Hi guys, welcome back to Petrol Zone. Today I'm test riding the S1000XR from BMW. This is a potential replacement for my R1200RS, so I thought I'd give it a try. First impressions then, let me talk you through that. It's a nice bike, but it's not perfect. So the looks divide opinion, the front end especially. I don't like it in red. I prefer the motorsport colours, which is what I'd have. The other big thing I notice is how high it is. I'm not very tall, only about 5'6", and I struggle to touch the floor on the standard model. This is the standard height suspension on the standard seat height. Now you can get a lowered version, which is probably what I'll opt for. This has got the standard exhaust. You can get an Aquaprovic version. I've not tried that. This has got the quick shifter on it, which works much more smoothly than my 1200RS does. I don't know if that's just a modern thing or the engine that it's mated to, but the changes are way better. It's also got the standard BMW controls for the sat nav, etc., which I'm pleased about. It's not keyless though, this model. I think you can get a keyless one. That's again what I'd opt for. That's what the other bike's got on it. The mirrors are good, the visibility is brilliant. I think I prefer them on the handlebars than on the actual fairing. You don't have to kind of duck your elbow out of the way in order to see behind you. Now, the one point I've got to mention is the vibrations through the handlebars. Unfortunately, I did notice it on this one. It happens about 70 miles an hour. It's a pretty high frequency vibe. It does get quite annoying. I just took it a little blast down a dual carriageway, and it was pretty unbearable actually. So if you increase to about 75, it reduces pretty much, well, to the point where it's not as bad. And 80 miles an hour, I'm told, is fine. Now, if you're kind of touring in France or something like that, you're allowed to do 80 legally anyway, so that wouldn't be too much of an issue for me. This one has got the same LED front light as my 1200, which I like. However, the other lights are just standard halogen. When our bike makers are going to just get rid of halogen completely and just become LED, full LED is what we need. It's got the ESA suspension, which is a handy thing to have. This particular one hasn't got much in the way of riding mode, so it's only got a road mode and a dynamic mode. You can get riding mode's pro option, which again is what I'd opt for. The screen is adjustable. This is on the highest position. You just kind of push it basically down. There you go. And that's the lower position. In both positions it's actually pretty good. Again, maybe it's because I'm short, so when I'm sat on the seat my head doesn't stick up that much. So the actual high position, while it is in the line of view, it's actually pretty good for blocking the wind out. Today's a really blustery day. It's kind of gusting 45 miles an hour winds, but I found it pretty good. Better than the R1200RS screen, definitely. Display's not too bad. It's got the information you need on it in the digital mode. Massive rev counter, which obviously takes precedence. Got the mounting for the BMW Navigator, which is good. Nice position as well. That's right in your line of view, whereas on the R1200 you have to kind of look down because it's down here by the handlebars. So it's a good position. Nice now, noise to it. The seat's pretty comfortable. The riding position's quite upright, which I like actually. The only thing with that is it does put a bit more pressure on your lower back, but it is quite a nice touring position. But also it's got the handlebars being quite wide and flat, gives you quite a lot of leverage, so you can throw it into the corners, and boy does this thing handle. In handling is absolutely incredible. It's pretty nimble. It's got that kind of high revving 1000R nature to it, which I love. It's not quite got the same low down torque as the 1200, but it has got pretty good top end. It absolutely pulls your arms out the sockets at the top end, pretty violent, and it's got that lovely, as you down change, it's got that lovely kind of exhaust pop, which really adds to the flavour. Definitely on the sporty side of touring. I think if you were going to have a bike that you could tour on a little bit but then enjoy the twisties, this probably could be the one. So at the moment I'm quite impressed. At first I thought not so much, but then I got it to a few twisty roads and thought, wow, this is fun. Combination of the handling, the power, the noise, the engine, and the kind of popping as it down changes, and that lovely smooth quick shifter really made it fun. Those pannier holders would have to go again, and I've got a GV top box to go on the back. But overall I'm quite impressed. I think I might look into getting one, and if I do, I'll bring you a long-term review. Well, thanks for listening, guys. I hope that's answered a few questions. I'm quite impressed with it. It's not perfect, but I don't think any bike is at the moment, but I'll probably end up getting one, and if I do, I'll bring you the long-term review for it. All the best, see you next time.